I this is Scott putting a piece of here presenting the truth. The oil spill and all the problems that happen in the United States is due to Christians. It's due to Christ-psychosis, like a schizophrenic type disorder. Everybody in England, all these very intelligent people in England, and like Hayward, and the predecessor of BP Oil that had a gay scandal, there is a Lord. All these people are taught. They're brought up in Christian homes, believing in resurrecting zombies. And then they get educated. So that remains in the subconscious. That happens to a lot of people in the United States. And then they don't give a shit about the planet. They just care about profits. Because according to the Bible and the stupid books that they believe in, you know, God created all the animals for us and to do what the hell do we want with the planet. And reproduce and fuck and be more people in the planet. They are completely ignoramus of science. And this is the problem. That's exactly the reason I blame all the oil spill and all that to Christianity, to Christ-psychosis, the infection. And here it is.
For Tony Hayward. And instead, tonight, the Republican Party is taking hits because one of its most senior members, the ranking member of that committee, look, a lot of Republicans question how this trust fund came about.
He's a Christ-psychotic imbecile.
They're saying, should the Attorney General be in the same room when he
like Michelle Bachmann, the other moronic woman in government.
Twice apologized to Tony Hayward and to use language like shakedown and slush fund.
The oil companies are giving them money. What do you expect? He's got to apologize.
They got the apology
to
they wanted,
BP.
but there are still questions as to whether Joe Barton will keep those positions.
And friend,
no, he's not. He's got to be a piece of shit, belongs in a mental institution, along the rest of Christian idiots in government.
What he said.
As leaders,
Look at that.
we want to represent you.
Look at this other idiot here.
And so, Lord, I...
Words amounts to...
He's apologizing to BP.
So I apologize.
Christian piece of shit.
Speechless. Republican leaders stunned, the blogosphere abuzz, and the vice president downright giddy. That last week along the Gulf Coast holds responsible for the greatest environmental catastrophe in American history.
It only takes a fucking Christian to apologize.
A packed hour ahead, including new evidence tonight
to the guy that caused a disaster.
On the president standing with the American people.
Yeah.
Let's begin.
We have begun to change the culture.
Under your tenure, you said you had the 2007 report.
Christ-psychotic idiot. What do you expect?
Do we still have...
And BP been fired because of this incident? Anybody?
Of course not.
No, so far.
Nope, they're all Christian.
Refineries racked up
Christ-psychotic idiot from England.
760 citations for egregiously willful safety violations.
Make sure that this isn't a permanent ATM card.
Look at this piece of shit, Michelle Bachmann.
A couple of points that I think...
Oh, Lord God, it
She's
is
talking about penis Christ.
worthy.
She wants one.
You who make us righteous.
Texas. Twice he apologized to the BP CEO. He also used the words shakedown and slush fund to describe this new escrow fund set up by the White House. Our senior congressional correspondent,
Christophrenic imbecile like Michelle Bachmann. Same thing.
Of the day, and
people that believe in zombie Jesus.
Information of, I would say, the edict Mr. Barton got from his leadership.
That's
right. The fact of the matter is that Republicans increasingly, as the minutes went by, literally minutes went by today, realized that this is a big political problem, and so...
Michelle Bachmann.
Father, you say in your word,
the Christophrenic
who ascends to the holy hill? He who
does their message that they're trying to hold BP accountable, and it really inflames the whole idea that Democrats are saying Republicans are beholden to big oil.
Christians are ignorant and deluded.
Vice President commenting about this, he was
Republicans, which means the conservative, are the worst.
The problem for Republicans is that, I was pressing Robert Gibbs in the Daily Briefing today about...
At least liberals
one of the points Joe
are
Barton
open to ideas.
Nobody's paying attention to it because of...
And they are not as Christ-psychosis infected as the Republicans are.
In the Roosevelt room in the West Wing yesterday, sitting across from these BP officials, and I said, look, he's got an open criminal investigation of BP. Doesn't it sort of force BP to write that $20 billion check for the escrow fund a little bit?
we confess them, Lord,
Is
and
this
we
sanity?
turn from them.
Is this woman sane?
Lord, as leaders of our country, Lord, I pray as a
Should be hauled out of there and put in a mental clinic?
Refinery fire where 15 people died. Time after time, it's been shown that BP chooses expediency over safety.
Profit, yeah.
Tonight,
Christian idiots.
Refinery raising arm. The lead is apologize to BP. Please send money. You don't want Republicans to apologize to BP.
So political fallout immediately. Gloria, David, Ed, and Dana, thank you.
Oh God, we say to you, we do not have clean hands and a pure heart. No one does. You say it's not even one, that your eyes...
You're a crazy woman. You belong in a mental institution.
Looking for one Lord.
Idiot.
Who will call
Barton in and said, you got to fix this. And not just that, you're going to lose
too late.
as the top Republican on the committee if you don't fix this.
Too late.
And what I'm
Piece of
told
shit Christian.
is that Joe Barton kind of was surprised at how upset they were. He sort of didn't get it.
The guy's deluded. He's an idiot.
They're telling me right away, they understood. They could hear the
apologizing to BP
in his speech saying, Republicans want to apologize to BP. I don't want to apologize to BP. They could just see it over and over and over again.
Schizophrenia infected parents all over infect their children with this garbage of Christianity, which can come up later and bite them.
We have begun to change the culture.
Under your tenure, you said you had the 2007 report.
Christ-psychotic idiot. What do you expect?
We still have...
Look at this retard.
Come to our senators. Would you break into their hearts and minds?
Christophrenia in action.
Lord, we're praying.
Send the retard. Fix their brains up.
That comes down from our
brains are malfunctioning, retards. Parents infect their children. They take them to church and they give them all this garbage, and the school give them all the garbage in the society. And some of them, they just cannot get rid of the fairy tales of Christianity. They become assholes and retarded morons and educated, but deluded, believing in some Jesus. And this is exactly what happened later. They don't give a shit about science or the planet. They don't know. They're assholes a hole in the ground like Hayward.
Culture of BP, putting profit above all else, including
exactly.
safety.
That's Christianity for you. Don't do it.
BP workers in fear before the disaster back in 2005.
Shivo. The debate whether her feeding tube would be removed had captivated the country. But apparently, the timing of that story was a good thing for BP.
Exactly.
The last line of the email says, "This is a very big story in the U.S. right now, but the Terry Shivo story is huge as well."
Exactly. One schizophrenic story to another schizophrenic retards that kill people.
BP. Kuhn says that makes sense, since the company seems to be handling today's crisis much like the one from years ago.
Yep.
This time, it's been accused of controlling the images of the spill and downplaying just how much oil is being leaked.
They're all Christians. You know who's responsible for all this garbage? Christianity schools. Christian, deluded, schizophrenic schools stuck in the Middle Ages, teaching all that garbage today in this 21st century to people. Like the Patrick Henry College and Liberty University and all the churches and all the schools should be shut down. Put all these retards in mental institutions. Retarded people.
Everyone's going. When you see statistics like this, what do you think? And actually,
nobody sees it. Christianity, believing in God is a stupid, retarded.
Our schools are not designed. We have a short year relative to the rest of the world.
When you believe in God in the 21st century, you're a retard. Simple as that.
We have to make sure that we restore our collective focus.
Yeah, make sure that it is the Christian retards teaching
of education reform.
All this garbage.
Which, to Steve's point, is on learning.
Thank you, living God, that you hear.
Living God.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh, really, retards?
And BP been fired because of this incident? Anybody?
Of course not.
So far.
Nope, they're all Christian.
Refineries racked up 760 citations for egregiously willful safety violations.
So
yeah, it's a culture of Christ-psychosis. That's what it is.
Teachers are the most
Christ-psychotic school.
We want to be a place that demonstrates that God is one who really builds Patrick Henry College, not us. And so we've taken on an impossible. In this 21st century, these retards are around without any government funding and without.
Look at that, psychotics. Control the country. And this guy is a doctor.
At the heart of Western civilization, and certainly among early generations of American educators.
Yeah, they believe in resurrecting zombies, how stupid they are.
The fact that we've got
look at these idiots.
Standing faculty.
What's the difference between these morons and schizophrenics? Zero.
Can't be explained in human terms.
That's the problem. And they're going to teach kids all that garbage?
As Christians, we have a foundation for...
Yeah, you're Christ-psychotic, you're an idiot. Look at that. They allow colleges and universities to teach you like garbage in this 21st century?
For centuries and centuries.
We love in mental institutions, retards. Today, if you say, I'm a Christian, you have to believe in resurrecting zombies, demonic possession, spirits and soul and sin and hell and garbage like that. That is a psychosis. A schizophrenic believe that. And who's going to teach children stuff like that? They're corrupting their minds. So these people belong in mental institutions. That's the problem in the United States today. Pace di oro.